Hi, I'm Roshaunda K. This is Real and Raw with Roshaunda. I had a friend ask me just the other day, how do I center myself to create art in the middle of all of the madness that's happening in the world? I thought that was a really good question. I was surprised she was asking me because I don't really think of myself as creating art. That feels like something with great gravitas, and I spend my time writing, which, is creating art. It doesn't always feel like it though, because sometimes I really struggle. And I like to sew and do craft things, but I do like to create something every day, usually in addition to whatever writing I do in a day. And she was like, how do you center yourself in the middle of the chaos that's going on around us? And I will say, I am impacted greatly by the chaos going on around us. Unarmed Black man getting shot in the back 7 times. I see homeless people, sometimes entire families, nearly every time I leave my house. Kids are going to school virtually. Some kids are going in person. Everybody is stressed. The pandemic death rate rises. It's a lot. And I'll say 2 things about how I center myself to create art. The first is Jesus. There is no being centered. There is no doing anything without God. And I think about the promises he's given to us. He said he did not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And I think, okay, God didn't give me a spirit of fear. He didn't create me to be afraid of this pandemic. He didn't create me to worry every time my Black children leave my house. I'm not saying I don't worry, but I recognize he didn't create me for that. But he has given us a spirit of power, love, and a sound mind. And I think art is powerful, and art is love, and art helps us see things clearly. So when I think about what God has said, it impels me to create, because that is a way to deal with the chaos that's going on in the world. And God also said he will never leave us or forsake us. So when I look around and it gets heavy and it gets hard, I remember, not only did God not give me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind, but that he is always with me. He said, but lo, I am with you always, even until the end of the age. He is always with me. He is always inside of me. He is always leading me. He is always guiding me. He is never letting me fall. And so I think about that, and I think if God is with me, then I can do whatever it is he has created me to do, because he is going to empower me to do it. And then that takes me back to art, usually writing. I write compulsively. I write all the time. I don't publish much ever at all. I'm working on that. I have a little bit of fear and, oh no, some things bubbling up inside of me around publishing outside of my blog, but I'm working on it. But God gifted me to write, so I write. And he gifted me to create, so I do it, because that's what he made me to do. And he promised he would be with me. So I figure I can't be going wrong if I'm doing what he made me to do. And then the second answer to how do I center myself is the creating itself. I do not always love to write, but I love having written. I love who I am at the end of the process, not just the product I have created, but how I have transformed and who I have become at the end of writing something. And really, is there an end to writing anything? Not really. I'm done writing either when I'm out of time or I'm just too tired to keep going, or I'm fed up. I can't do this anymore. That certainly happens. But it's in the creating that I can express what I'm feeling. I can expand my thinking. I can cook up things because I love to cook up things. That's one of my favorites. Ooh, what can I cook up today? What weird ideas are going to go through my head today? And then with things like sewing and random crafts, they're just a good outlet. They're fun. And then at the end of it, I was like, oh, I have created. What about you? What centers you in the midst of all of the chaos that's going on? What impels you to keep going? What are your go-tos? So that's it for today. I'm Roshaunda K. This is Real and Raw with Roshaunda.